Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Working on a boat again today, so yeah, started on the fuel tank. So these are reinforcement bars that go underneath this section for the floor. It basically drops into this hole here and gets welded in. Yeah, someone watching my channel recommended 2 and 12, looked it up and then realised it's a pattern for stitching. So anyway, followed his instructions and yeah. So I've stitched these in at 2 and 12. And then on the other side, you go in between. Okay, just to add, I'm not a professional welder by any means, totally amateur. I have been MIG welding for a number of years with steel. So when I started this project, aluminium was all new to me, so it's been a bit of a learning curve. So yeah, any comments and hints will be greatly received. So as I say, it's all part of learning. So anyway, I'll carry on and weld this tank together, and a few other bits that I've got to now do on the boat to finish those off. Yeah, sit back and enjoy. Okay. So I've been busy the last couple of days working on the boat. Got the fuel tank to that stage now, so I've got to basically weld that out now. So it's just tacked together. One end is in, all three baffles on the inside, and this end, as you can see, that is still open. So I'm going to put my fuel gauge sensor. I've got to drill a hole and put a plate at the top and drop that in, as well as a pickup pipe for the fuel, the filler and the breather. So I'll do all those before I close the end in, because I can see then that the fuel's picking up from the bottom, and it's all going to look good. Finished doing the bin, so that's all welded in now. So basically opens to there. You let go in it and it goes back. So, and when you need to get it out, you just basically lift it and then it pops out. And at the end here, I've just put some stainless screws through and then put some little nylon inserts both ends. I'm going to glue them on because they keep dropping off. They work really well, but they keep dropping off, so I'll just glue them on the ends on those bolts that are poking through. So you can see I've made these little brackets, so they're both identical, and then just welded those out at the bottom there. So that's quite good to have a bin on the boat. This back shelf is now where all the batteries and stuff go. That's all been stitched in, so that's all done. I've also put the live bait tank, so that's all in now, and I've got a load of fittings to plumb that in, so I've got to plumb that one in. Finished the lid, the hinge brackets, so as you can see they're welded on. So already welded the tags underneath in there, so they're all done. Okay, so again, there's little plastic inserts that go in into both hinges, both sides, and then a stainless bolt that goes through M5 with a nylock nut on the end, so to stop any corrosion. And then obviously because it's on the nylon, it kind of you don't get any of that galvanic corrosion between the stainless and the aluminium. So that's the pickup tube. So what I'll do is I'll drill the hole and then cut this to the right length, shank for the end, and that'll be my fuel pickup. So that's, I think this is, I was going to use a smaller rod, but I've actually changed my mind now and I've gone up in size. So this is about 10, just under 10 mil internal and 13 on the outside. So that'll be my pickup. So I'll say make a similar boss for the breather, and then I've got to do a fuel filler pipe, and I'll make that out of this section here. So I'll just turn this to the right size and then weld that to that plate, which I can then bolt down on the top of the tank. Okay, so I've cut them out now. Get this one out, drill this. So it will be this side will probably be the vent, filler, and then that'll be the pickup for the fuel. Okay, so I'll weld that plate on there to the tank, and I'll drill a series of holes around the edges on this one, through that plate, and tap the holes out so that can bolt down on the top there. So to say any issues you might get in the future, I can just basically unbolt that plate and just lift the whole lot up that way, and then remedy whatever the issue is, and then bolt it straight back down again. Okay, so I've made the first boss. So I've gone in about 5 mil this side to the diameter of the tube, like so. So I'll weld that on there, and on this side I've cut a NPT thread so I can go straight on with a fitting, and then that just drops in like that. So I can weld that on there. So that's a fuel filler I've just made. So I just used a boring bar to bore out. Yeah, and then just cut the shape on the lathe with a tool. So it actually started this size. So there you can see. Okay guys, this is what I've come up with. So I've basically welded this in here. That's for the sender unit for fuel level. And I've welded this plate in here as well. And basically this plate is then independent. This can be, I've already drilled and tapped that M6. So I can basically bolt that down. So I've cut this one at an angle as well. Because I want that to go, you should probably see a little arrow here, so I want this one to go across at that sort of angle, and it's actually slightly uphill as well, so it's not a true 90, so the fuel naturally runs down into the tank. What I'm going to do is I won't make any of these components. I'm going to hopefully get a friend to TIG these in on this plate, so I can just take this small plate to him and he can TIG weld that on, or hopefully TIG weld them all together, and then I can just bolt the thing down. Job done. Right, all that's left to do now is to basically seam all of the tank up all the way around, put the end cover in. Got a cut piece of pipe, this piece of pipe here, which is going to drop into that for the outlet. So I've got to get that right depth, so I'll bolt this plate down. Yeah, and then drop that down and make sure it's picking it right up at the bottom. Okay guys, that's the fuel tank all welded out now. All the way along as well, all the way through, whole thing. So, hey, will it leak? What I'll do is I'll finish all the rest of the bits for it. Yeah, bolt them all on and then do a pressure test. Fingers crossed she holds pressure. Okay, thanks so much for watching, guys. Please leave any tips, advice, comments. That'll be great. Okay, cheers for now.